Tifa. Nice. Alright, now let's just sit here and look at that beautiful face for an hour. No analysis needed. Tifa time, you're right. And just look at this intricate earring. Look at it. Alright, 150. Pores. Pores everywhere. Look at it, this earring refracts light even. It's so cool. And Tifa doesn't have the fluff on her ears. Only Aerith has. It's well, she does have. It's just barely visible. And those red-brown eyes. Enchanting. And I don't think... just... Here she just has a little bit of eye shader, or how you ever call it. Just a little bit. Here it doesn't seem she has any makeup. Maybe she did her eyelashes. Maybe the eyelashes a little bit. I don't think they're natural. Those are too thick. But yeah, that's true. Eyes are truly amazing. Truly amazing. I dig the eyebrows too. Also, those stragglers, eyebrow stragglers, that they added, it's pretty cool. And the hair, look at the hair. How it flows all around the face. And how she even has some stray hair, like this. A few strands that still are in their morning phase. And also just a teeny little bit of fluffy hair here, or peach hair, just a little bit. Here you can see it too, on her arms. So much detail. And also the military straps, no, how you call it, the suspenders. Military suspenders. Much thicker than the original. And this is pretty cool. Here she has a bomb. Let me show you here. This is pretty much the FF7 bomb. It's really, really well made. Here, even the arms, tiny teeny arms. And not just that, she also has a little chocobo. And I think this chocobo is from World of Final Fantasy. Here it is. You will see it? It's pretty much here the World of Final Fantasy chocobo. Also, what's really interesting, her gloves and arm guards are strewn with or marked with runes, actual runes. I wonder if those mean anything. Has any of you or anyone on the internet tried to translate those? Also, look at the detail of her glove here. Here's the elbow piece with the knobs. So much detail. And layered too, so practically nothing can go through. Alright, so she has also those chains where the chocobo and the bomb hang from. And the gloves here look like biker gloves, so to speak. I don't think I know anyone else. Oh! Do you see how they're attached, those metal plates? They're actually sewn into it here, into the glove. It's pretty cool. Also, here's some, how do you call it? The laurels? Winner's laurels? Does that mean something? I don't know. And don't really get that imagery. Probably just to say she's the champion? Maybe. It's also on the other glove here. And also look at her fingernails and the skin. It's so detailed. It's, I don't know, I can just watch or look at this render all day. Here you see the military issue suspenders in more detail. It's probably much more comfortable here with the padding. And here more hair, more peach hair. Yeah, and here you can also see the elbow piece a little bit better, and the upper arm piece. So much detail. Also, okay, let's just scale back a bit. Oh, wait. Here. Also, the fabric of her white shirt is pretty nice. Pretty nice, pretty well folded here. And with the sports bra underneath. The black one also made of normal fabric, nothing special, I guess. So yeah. And a little bit of skin down there, but we don't see much. And parts of the suspenders that hold the skirt in place. But we'll see it better here. In the original artwork we also see the suspenders pretty basic. Also those here too, pretty basic. What's different? The suspenders, we also had like kind of a belt thingy going on here, and down there they were held in place by such a U thingy, just like the soldier suspenders, pretty close. And here they're held in place quite differently. It's like a lace around the belt here that holds the whole belt in place, which goes all around here. Also, the skirt is quite different. Here it's just one type of cloth wrapped around her mid area here, whereas here it's layered, which allows for more freedom, I guess, freedom of movement. But here's like this sort of weird shield around. We still see it later better, and also part of some suspenders here too that are just hanging down. I'm pretty sure this piece was meant for to go with some other part of some other suit, or not suit, dress, I'd say. And she just got this by itself and made it work with her other gear. So that's probably why it has parts that don't really make sense. But yeah, also a huge change, the stockings. Certain people like the stockings, certain people don't. I don't really care. I think it's, from a practical reason, maybe it's a little bit better to have, no, not practical reason, for a design perspective, it's probably better to have something down there, because bare legs is just plain, maybe too plain for design. But also people said that this is the typical sexy Japanese school uniform thingy, and the less you see from the upper leg, the more sexy it is. But I don't really care about that. Didn't really know about that until people start talking about it and explaining it to me. But yeah, from a design perspective here, she shows a little bit of stomach, midriff. She shows a little bit of upper arms here, and also here shows a little bit of upper legs. Now, most of her arms are covered, most of her upper body, or half of the upper body, and most of the legs. So it's more balanced in a way. Here, she doesn't really have much to show on the upper end. Here, maybe a bit more of the upper arms, but all the legs. It's like the legs are shining and attract the gaze to the legs, so to speak. And here, it's much more balanced to everything, and you don't have an overt focus point, which I quite like. Also, it's something I showed my Discord scholars. Have you seen the materia in here? It's a red one and a blue one. So probably Quadra Magic and Knights of the Round, but the curious thing is that we're not supposed to be able to slot... this is what I mean. Easy to show. Yes, that's true, that there is a mole here. Exactly. Here. That's the mole. That's true. Good eye. Thank you for this is something that shouldn't be happening. Because as you remember, maybe I should show it again here. Yep. Do you see it here? It's here. It's the Buster Sword, but Tifa's leather glove has the same slots. So those are the slots of the weapon. The weapon doesn't seem to have more slots. Okay, and the armor also has a separate slot. Now the summon, as it's also designated with its own icon, just as the weapon and the armor, and it's different than the accessory. It has to be a special summon icon with its own slot. So wherever the slot is, it doesn't really matter, but it's certainly not in the weapon, even if it's on the same line. It could be like a hidden slot somewhere that every weapon has just one special slot. It could be, but we didn't see it anywhere on the models, like on the Buster Sword and on the on Tifa's leather glove or anywhere else. Aerith's guard staff could have a second slot because, as we've seen before, she has 2 slots in the original artwork, but in the remake she only has 1 slot, I think. So yeah, this slot should be somewhere different, either in a weapon attachment, like some kind of the keychain of a keyblade. You attach it, and then it has a red materia in there, or they just, as I theorized in the video here, game analysis 15, they put it into their bodies, like Kadaj in Advent Children. I don't think this is the case though, because it would be too badass, but you never know. Anyway, it shouldn't be possible. So this is just straight up bullcrap. Much changing of colors going on, because this is just white light, just normal light, not different light colors. This also appears red. Her eyes appear red. And this is red too, because the independent one, as you've seen before, is very pink or very purple pink, not reddish. So I'm pretty sure this is a red one. I could also see them just playing around with colors and didn't mean to actually represent a real combination that's possible here in this weapon. So just playing around with colors and didn't mean to actually represent a real combination that's possible here in this weapon. So yeah, yes, Jay, I think it's just a goof from the modelers here that just set in stuff. Probably weren't really aware that this combination wasn't possible, and just put it there because they liked the combination, like Final Attack Phoenix or Added Effect Odin or Quadra Magic and what's it called, Knights of the Round or anything like that, or Added Effect Hades, whatever the case. So here the belt has also changed quite a bit. Here it's more of a, I don't know, it looks metallic, but it's probably not. It's also just hanging around the belt here, and here it's just a clipping mechanism instead of buttons or whatever it is here. Yep. Also here in the original you can see she also has 2 materia here. The leather glove, she wears the leather glove, most likely with 2 slots, because hang on, let me check real quick. Because I think there is another weapon she has with just 1 slot. Here, leather. Yes, leather glove. No, the leather glove is the one she probably wears here, but the leather glove is supposed to have only 1 slot. The metal knuckle is the one with 2 slots, with a linked slot, and you can buy it at Wall Market. Let me quickly show you this. Here, leather glove, metal knuckle, and the metal knuckle has actual knuckles here. quite like Tifa's metal knuckles right here. That's probably what she's wearing in the remake as well, with the linked slot, as we see here. Here, this elbow piece, it's quite similar, but more included in the armor, and not just this huge turtle shell plastered on the elbow. So I like it pretty much. I like the new one much better. But what did change, and some people also don't like, are the shoes and the socks. Here, the socks are pretty much filling out the shoes, which are red, still red, but they now also have red laces instead of black laces. They have this, I don't know, this weird strap around the thing, which doesn't happen here in the original. She still has the same soles, or however you call it, and pretty much open, and yeah, this open thingy, the open hole here on the boots. This doesn't really look like it's holding on very well. Here it looks quite concise. It looks packed and it fits really nice. And here it looks like the shoes would just fly off when she first kicks some icing. We were on the shoes, and I think I had everything covered here at with the shoes. I don't think there's any much else to say. And we've already seen that. And yeah, the earring, you can see the earring is still exactly the same. The dot and the crystal thingy here. And still there's the same nice friendly expression. The bangs are a little bit different, but I don't think that matters that much. Still, she has those the strands kind of laid over the ones underneath that go behind, and the ones on top, layered on top, run over the ear. Here they don't run over the ear. Here they do, but those differences are negligible, I guess. All right, that's it for the main part of Tifa. Now let's go back and have a look at certain individual images. Now, that's the first thing we saw of Tifa. Actually the second, no, actually the third. But the first two appearances we didn't see because she was just there in the background for a few seconds during battles and nobody noticed her. And you couldn't see much anyway, so this is the first real appearance we saw of Tifa. And already, just look here at the quality of the hair. It's almost atrocious. It's layered wrong, or I don't know, something's just off about texturing and modeling of the hair here. Now the second one here, there's something interesting going on. Something very interesting. Maybe you already know what I'm going to say here. Alright. No, we are not going to analyze the white part of her. We're going to analyze this. No, not this. This. Do you see it here? Let's get our... Here. Do you see this one? You can definitely see a skull with the two bones here. Skull and bones. Now, we have a skull here, we have a skull here, and probably also around here, maybe. We have skulls, which doesn't make any sense in terms of Tifa. Tifa and skulls just don't go together. I know they probably went for kind of a rocker girl thingy, or I don't know. Okay. Now look at that. Let's zoom in some more to really get it home. Yes, zoom in some more. And zoom in, and zoom in. Do you see this? Do you see what I mean? Completely gone. No skulls, and instead of a skull, it's kind of a fire of sorts, maybe? I don't know, maybe a fire. It would make sense. Or a meteor. Yes, Barrett tattoo is also kind of similar, but the Barrett tattoo maybe also represents flames, and this is also some representation of flames. We'll see. Maybe there's something in the FF7 Remake Ultimania when it comes out eventually. So yeah, that's a good change, because many people just didn't like it. They didn't like the skulls because they didn't make any sense. Also see here the chain, she still has the chain here, but it's less silver and more in the same color that the skirt. Still has the chain here, but it's less silver and more in the same color that the skirt is. Here it's more silver. And here is less silver. Alright. Now, here. Alright, this is what I wanted to show you here in this scene. Now, this is one that Famitsu got first. And it surfaced on the internet and everyone went nuts. And then it also got released officially alongside all those, pardon me, 21 screenshots after TGS dropped. And here you already see the hair is so much better. Just so much better. Just look at... No, go away, Chocobo. Look at this. Here it's just faded and low texture. I don't know, just weird. And here, bam. A little bit more dark, I think. Darker, and you see all the individual strands. Much better texture. No runes? Yeah. I think you just don't see them. Wait, let me... Wait, yes, the runes are there. You see it? They are there. They're practically non-visible here, but they are there. Runes are there. Or not? Or am I seeing things? That's probably just too blurry. I'm pretty sure the runes are there. Because the runes are pretty small. On the high-res model, high-res texture, and those textures aren't that high-res, so you probably don't see it anymore. Yeah, we have also, you can see how it's how the suspenders are created. They are laid out. They just don't go back down here, but they angle off towards the middle, and then go down the middle strap. We'll see later. So it's pretty cool. They end here, but then angle off and go down. Is that the feather? Hang on. I need to zoom in again. Rip. Yes, that's a feather. I think this is a Chocobo one. No, that's the bomb one. She has the bomb one on the right, definitely. I think. Now we don't see the Chocobo here. You see it here? Single suspender on the back. And this is also true for the original. You see it in the battle model. I didn't have time to search for one, and we also don't have to search for one either. Just trust me that this, in the original battle render or battle model, she also has just one suspended part on the back. Now. Next one. Yeah, this is still from the same trailer, and the hair is still crap, kinda. You don't see it too well. Hang on. What? There's something afoot here. No, you don't really see it. I thought I saw something different than a skull, but it's you don't really see it. But we do see parts of the back thing. But it's for another. Also, right here you see the right arm again, or right hand, with the bomb. Let me zoom in again. Here's the bomb. with the feather. So I was right. There's the feather. Bomb and the feather. Chocobo stands for cloud. The bomb stands for avalanche, for obvious reasons. So she's torn. Probably those are the two, or not torn. Those are those things that holds her together, or that are both close to her right now, because she's an avalanche. She supports this this movement, wants to hurt Shinra and everything else, but she also wants to take care of Cloud, and Cloud is a big part of her life. So this is my theory why she has a bomb and a chocobo. Also, we can see here parts of this glove mechanism thingy. That's where also the materia slots are on the other side. It's very intricate. It's pretty cool. Alright, next one. Right, that's this here. Also, bad hair texture again. It's not that bad, but still pretty bad. We see the suspenders again, those huge chunked thingies. And the face, which is not too bad, but yeah, it will get better as we see. Like next one here. So this one, of course, it's not quite the best face, but this is the probably the most recent one. It's one of the screenshots, the high resolution screenshots from the TGS trailer, which shows, well, not the TGS trailer per se, but from the same scene of this trailer, but another frame, which we didn't see in the trailer itself. And I already mentioned this in the video itself from it, I think it was 13? Even as it's 13, I think, where I showed this one and the trailer version next to each other, and the trailer version looked quite childish and young, and here she looks a little bit more adult and has much better eyes. Bright, shiny, pretty cool. And also the hair looks much better. Hair is pretty cool now. Every strand makes sense, and it's not weirdly layered. But weird thing is that this hair looks rather black instead of brownish, but also, again, could all be the lighting. Now, next up, we have here, before she charges at the drone, also pretty black hair, but I wanted to show this because of the face. I think they nailed the face pretty much, I guess. It's a weird frame, but here this face she makes while attacking is, I think, pretty accurate, pretty cool. And yes, Tifa is a blessing, that's true. Alright. I don't think there's much more to say here. Next. I took this shot here because look at the slots here. Maybe I should zoom in again. Here. We have the slots, and she has one yellow materia slotted in. Maybe sense, probably. I don't think she has steel. It's probably sense, and nothing here. So we see that's very much a linked slot. And we see later she has a green one in a later image. And here's also the bomb again. You can see it here, and bomb and the feather. Really nice. Here, the bomb and the feathers. Right here. And up here, our materia slots. Also, up there, we do see parts of the, what is it called? The elbow guard. But it's not visible that much. Anyway, that's about it for this. Unless you want me to mention her side view here, but that's for another day. Oh. Next one. Bam. This is also just to show you the equipped materia again. Nothing more, and give a little bit of a view on how the glove looks here. Maybe also increase the size here a bit. Yes, here. Pretty neat, right? Alright, next, I think we need to speed this thing up because it's getting late. Right. Here, I think this is also an earlier model, since we see the skulls again here. Here, here, and here. Hang on, let me get my tools. Skull here. Here. And here. So this is previous Tifa. You also see it in the face. It's not that great. Of course, it's not as sharp as it should be because she's smaller and farther away. But I still think this is the worst model. What does bother me a little is her tiny twig legs, especially the upper legs. I think they made her a little bit thicker in... hang on, let's just... No, not high res. This one? Ah, no, they don't really look any thicker here. I think it's practically the same. But yeah, that's something that bothers me a little. She's just too tiny, twig-legged and armed. So anyway, it's a fantasy game, doesn't really matter. Now this is the beginning of her Somersault limits break attack, where she gathers the strength and the energy. There's not much else I can say other than the view on her arm guard here, which is strapped together underneath. 3 straps to hold it in place. Other than that, nothing much new. But there it is, what I told you before. No, I didn't mean this one, but this looks nice too. I meant this one here. Green materia and yellow materia. Also, this is during the fight with Apps, as you see by the what's it called? This sewer opening here. Fun. I think this is just a nice shot from below, and her just punching that poor Sahagin in the jaw. Also nice face expression. Now next, this is also just for the face expression, and I think the hair has been fixed here too. Because you see here the individual strands that just go off on their own here. I think this is a later model from a later build, especially because this stems from the TGS 2019 trailer. Because of the lighting, we don't really see her red-brown eyes, but that's okay. This is where she's afraid of ghosts, by the way. Ha! I just had to include this. I just had to. This is Tifa analysis at its finest. When she's doing pull-ups. I'm no expert, but I think she does them pretty well, although no, she should cross her legs like this guy here, because if you don't cross your legs you get wobbly and you don't get as much strength, because the body has to use more strength to stabilize herself. And here we also see this how's it called, the butt part, or the back part of her thing, because I kind of think this is meant to go up. I don't know, it's just this weird outer layer around the sides and the back with those suspended parts just hanging down. Doesn't really make much sense. Anyway.